Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is launching a week from now. On March 25th, 2022, we will be able to get our hands on it and play it. And I started making content for the game that could help some of you out there hopefully figure out whether class A or B or C or D and so on is your type of class, your cup of tea, your poison. This video is dedicated to the Spellshot. Spellshots are gun-toting wizards who can unleash a constant barrage of spells and bullets and transform their enemies into harmless livestock with the snap of a finger. Whether they're slinging spells or shooting shells, Spellshots know that in the Wonderlands an adventurer survives by force of arms and arcana. While others may view their guns as mere weapons, the Spellshot has trained rigorously until it becomes an extension of their own magical will, weaving gun and grimoire together to enhance their spells and imbue their weapons. Also, they can turn enemies into fuzzy little animals, which is just hilarious. Now let's provide some more class information, what makes them so unique. Spellshots are all about combining spells with guns. Able to equip two spells, their spell weaving ability increases spell damage and fire rate as they cast spells or reload, allowing them to seamlessly cycle between different methods of dealing damage. When enemies get too rowdy, their polymorph ability can take an enemy out of the fight by transforming them into a harmless skeep, which is, I guess, something that looks like a sheep. Their class feat is spell weaving. Casting a spell or reloading a weapon grants the Spellshot a stack of spell weaving, increasing spell damage. Spell weaving stacks automatically decay after a few seconds. Casting a repeating spell has a chance to award additional spell weaving stacks with each repeating cast. And just like any other class, the Spellshot has two action skills. Ambidextrous is a very nice one. The Spellshot may equip a spell into their action skill slot. Whenever the Spellshot presses the action skill button, they cast that spell. So you eliminate your action skill, but you get a second spell. That's what Ambidextrous does for you. Whereas the other one is Polymorph. The Spellshot turns an enemy into a skeep for a few seconds. If the enemy is immune, the Spellshot instantly casts a free spell on that enemy and gains 2 free stacks of spell weaving. While Polymorph is active, any player that damages the skeep has a chance to cast a free spell. This effect is guaranteed the first time the Fate Maker deals gun damage. If the Spellshot casts a free spell, this way they gain a stack of spell weaving. And now for the Spellshot's passive skills. Under tier 1 there's 3, Spell Sniper. 5 points max. Gain increased spell critical hit chance. Magic Bullets, 3 points max. A portion of all bonuses the Fate Maker receives to spell damage is applied to their guns. Then Prestidigitation, I hope I'm not mispronouncing this, but Prestidigitation is a 5-point max skill which increases reload speed. Then Font of Mana is one of the 3 tier 2 skills, 5-point max. Gain increased spell cooldown rate. Gain increased action skill cooldown rate. The other tier 2 skill is Mage Armor, 1 point max. Whenever the Fate Maker gains a stack of spell weaving, they restore a portion of their worth. Then the third one under tier 2 is just Warming Up, 5 points max. Gain increased fire rate for every spell weaving stack. Tier 3 only has one skill, Glass Cannon, 1 point max. The Fate Maker's sword no longer automatically recharges, but they gain drastically increased spell damage. Then under tier 4 there's 3 skills. Imbued weapon, pardon me, 5 points max. Whenever the Fate Maker casts a spell, their guns deal bonus damage of that spell's element for a short time. This effect stacks once per spell. Then there is High Threat Count, 1 point maximum. Gain increased max spell weaving stacks. And then there is Warcaster, 5 points max. A kill skill, triggering when you kill an enemy, that's what that means. Whenever the Fate Maker kills an enemy, there's a chance their weapon is instantly reloaded. This chance is increased per spell weaving stack. And under tier 5 there are 2 skills. Double Knot, 3 points max. Whenever you score a critical hit with a spell, deal bonus damage equal to your gun's element. And then 1 SWAT, 1 kill, gain increased gun damage per spell weaving stack. This is a 1 point max. As the capstone, the tier 6 skill, we have here Severed Threat, 1 point max. Gun critical hits have a chance to instantly reset all spell cooldowns. This skill has a short cooldown, meaning it will trigger often and you will be resetting your spell cooldowns a lot and you would be slinging those spells like there's no tomorrow. And that's considering that you have only 1 point in it. There might be items that give you a skill level or even 2 to the capstone. We don't know. We don't know that, that's just me theorizing, but if there is something that gives you a point, it's ever the threat, that's gonna be great. So if you have some requests for Spellshot builds with just a Spellshot or Spellshot plus a specific other class as the subclass, do tell me. I'll do my best to try and make you a theory craft of the skills, maybe even more than one, so that you have something to follow at the beginning while leveling in your first playthrough. And that's obviously gonna be considering I have no information about what items there would be and what one would want to synergize with. Keep in mind you can subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to not miss out notifications for more Wooter and not so Wooter content like this one or others like builds and guides. There's also memberships on my channel, which is a monthly recurring payment that you can cancel at any time, which will grant you access to special perks like emotes or badges made by me, as well as the option to ask me one-on-one for tutorials on Discord about Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects, just the basics though. Thanks again for watching all the way until the end. Struck weapon. Till next time and goodbye.